Eagles fly. The peak the squad. Big Pat shelling Dante the dark child. Drop the stats on him. Drop the facts on him. It's Pregame, baby. Let's get it on.
Yo, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk, Game Day Edition, Pregame. Our Philadelphia Eagles take on the New York Giants today. We owe them something. It's payback time. It's payback time. And as they say, payback's a bitch. So we're coming out, and hopefully our Philadelphia Eagles will get that revenge that we're seeking, because we're in a playoff hunt. We're in a playoff race. We are contending for the final wild card spot. And it's incredible that we can even say that after all the off-season moves, the uncertainty with this rookie head coach and how we building this roster. But here we are in week 15 or 16, week 16, we are contending for a playoff position, and I want it. I want to get in now. You know, I mean, if you're a real fan, you get this far, even though we knew this was going to be a retooling year. Now that you find yourself in contention, that's what we play for. We want to see our team win. Realistic expectations where we probably weren't going to make the playoffs, but here we are. We find ourselves here, and if you're a true fan, you're like me. You want to get in. It's not about draft picks now, positioning and things like that. We want to get into the playoffs. So here we are. You guys let me know how you feel about that. But without further ado, my co-host is here, Patrick Sandlin. What's going on, Pat? How was your Christmas, man? It looked like you. It looked like it was good. It looked like it was too good.
It was really good. It was really good.
Well, that's great. We had a quiet one. We had a quiet one. Maybe not like you, but we had a quiet one. We enjoyed ourselves, and the family just enjoyed it. And I hope that you guys out there had a very Merry Christmas also. So let's start this first quarter. You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by fans. That's by us fans, for us fans. So we like to talk about our favorite football team. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. And I'm still drinking high on the hog, and I still have the Don Julio 1942. This is the only time I drink it. I only do shots with tequila. Either only time I drink tequila is if it's in the shot or a margarita. And since I don't make margaritas much, I'll continue to do the shots. So here we go. I have the Don Julio 1942 because this is how important this game is to me. Because you don't understand. My group of friends that live with me down here in Delaware are transplants from New York. So I have a lot of New York Giant fans that's in my circle. I have a lot of Eagles too, but in my circle I got a lot of New York Giants fans. So this is a big rivalry game for me. So we need this win here. You guys let me know what you're drinking out there. And Pat, what are you doing? A Terramata? I don't have to guess.
Okay. I'm on Terramata. I wasn't going to drink, but I could do one or two.
All right, look at it. Wow, Pat. Wow. That tells you what kind of night Pat has. When Pat is usually the cheerleader for the drinking, and he's like, I think I could squeeze one out. That means that Pat had an awesome Christmas. All right, here we go. Everybody, raise your drink to our Philadelphia Eagles, and let's take it down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Listening to the first quarter.
All right, first quarter. Let's go right to the room and recognize all of you guys who continue to support us. We thank you so much. And the first person in the room is our resident from down under, Tony Burren. Yo. What's up, Tony? Our Deion Jones is in the house. 8-7. Here we come. That's how I feel, Deion. 8-7 is on the way. JT is in the house. And he says, let's go word, smash them midgets, fly, Eagles, fly. Also in the house is Nichelle. What's up, Nichelle? I hope that your Christmas tree is beautiful. Look at that backdrop.
Merry, happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah, happy Kwanzaa now, right?
Yep.
Wow, she just improved or upgraded her Eagles Talk background to a more suitable background. That's great. That's beautiful. Drexel's in the house. He says, hello, everyone. Go Birds. Victor Love also says, what's up? And Jeremiah's in the house. He says, what's up, family? Let's get this W. Richard Boo. These are all our regulars, man. We love you guys, man. I hope that you guys had a happy and Merry Christmas, man. Miles is in the house. All right, we're gonna hit some Miles today. Quavo's in the house. We're gonna hit some Quavo in the house, and Caleb's in the house. Yo, all right, let's talk about it. Right, all right. We faced the Giants here. They surprised us last game. I was surprised. I did not expect what happened in the first game to happen. I mean, well, our offense was rolling. He had discovered the run is our bread and butter. But in that Giants game, it seemed like he had a hiccup and he wanted to revert back to trying to pass the ball. And it didn't work out too well for us. And we were upset. I would say it was an upset. It was upset. We were upset by the Giants. Today, though, we need this game. We're still very much in a playoff race here for the 7th and final seed wild card spot. And we need this game. We need to win all 3 of them. But it starts with this game today. So, what do you guys think, and what's your outlook here, Pat?
We need to go hit him in the mouth. Like, we be honest with you. We don't play with these dudes. Don't let these guys get in the club. Leave them outside of the club. Don't let them build their confidence. Don't give them any type of hope. Just go in there and rip their freaking hearts out from the first whistle until the end of the game. Like, pour it on them. Like, if you have to score 55 points because they can't stop you, continue to score points, man. We got to kick their ass today.
All right, I like that. Michelle, do you echo that? You feel that same way?
We're getting this W today. It's time we show the Giants who we really are. Now we're hitting our stride as a team, and I have full faith and confidence. And we get Nick back. Nick's out of clear COVID protocol, so we get Nicky Sirianni back in the mix on the sidelines. All balls to the wall. All in today. All in. We got to show 'em what we got. We got to show 'em what we're made of. Everybody has something to prove. Our whole team should have a chip on our shoulder going into this game. And I definitely think we're going to pull out a W today. And it's all black. It's all black today.
Oh, yeah. We got a blackout game
today. Blackout.
You just brought up a point that I was worried about, and I talked about it on Thursday, was the fact that Nick Sirianni may not be there. And then I think someone pointed out to me that he doesn't, or was it on the show? I don't know if it was on the show, but somebody pointed out to me that they don't think Nick necessarily calls the plays. I forget. Maybe it wasn't on the show. I may have been talking to a fan off of the show, but he said that he doesn't see Nick with the play card all that often. He doesn't think Nick is calling the plays. I don't know.
Well,
but I feel
a combination. They said it was a combination of him, his offensive coordinator, and his pass game coordinator. They run plays to each other quickly and often, and that's how they related the plays out to the quarterback. So there might be a series or two where he doesn't call a pass. He doesn't call a play. But at the end of the day, he is the contributing factor of what plays are being ran out there. So we do need Nick Sirianni. I can't believe we're saying this about a rookie head coach, but we do need Nick out there. His way he get the game into a flow of running the football, punishing these teams. Like, we need him to say, you know what? No, we're not passing the ball. We're going to continue to run the football. That's why we need him out there today.
Well, that's why I'm glad to hear that he is going to be out there today. I was a little concerned about that on Thursday. I was like, wow, we have a rhythm going, and I didn't want to upset that at all. So I wanted to see him there, and thank God he's out of the COVID protocol, so he's going to be on the sideline, and we need this. What this does, like, we don't expect to go to the Super Bowl, right? We don't do that, but we're looking. We know this was a retool year, and you kind of look. I'm not talking about looking past this game specifically. I'm just talking about the development of this team, right? Getting to where we want them to be as contenders every year, right? So this is like important. This is an important stretch of games for this team. This rookie head coach, this team that's being retooled. If we could somehow fight our way into the playoffs, I think that will be a springboard for next year. Like, you come back and this team, you have the total sell-in by everybody on this team as a rookie head coach, because you've led them to the playoffs in your rookie season. That's got to be a big boost, a big confidence boost, and confidence accelerates the process. So if we can get that, that would be so awesome for this team moving forward in Nick Sirianni's second year.
Talk about it. I mean, the fact that he even has the support on the offensive play calling side of the ball, where they're calling the plays by committee essentially,
Hmm.
because he is a rookie head coach. He's clearly not prepared to take that job on just by himself. But as they hit their stride, they see what works, see what doesn't. I'm glad that they have multiple voices in on offense so they can figure out what is actually going to work into the future and give themselves an identity, because they're still working that out. We're only halfway
Mhm.
there with our identity right now. We're only halfway
Well,
there. And Gannon still plays a big part of that. I'm still a little weary about how that defense is running, and the aggressiveness of it. And I'm sure most of the fans are, but I'd like to see them really step up and punch this team in the mouth today.
Yes.
well, the last time we saw a play calling by committee, I would say was Doug Peterson and his crew. I mean, when
Frank
Frank
Wright.
Wright and them were here, they were like, they would do that a lot. I mean, come on, Philly was Nick Foles' idea. You know what I mean? So there were different voices, that had a voice in the play calling then, and it worked spectacularly for that team because we won the Super Bowl. So I like to hear that too. Let me put this comment up here. BJ says, how do that work? Nick was diagnosed Washington game now, so how is he back already? Well,
So
Nick,
apparently he's
he's
vaccinated.
vaccinated, so he doesn't need to sit out all those days. He just needs to get consecutive negative tests.
Right.
And he probably did. He got consecutive negative tests, so he can come back a little early because he's vaccinated. Tony Burren says blitzing, and more
I know
blitzing.
that's right. On the
Reindeer
grass
games.
now. I know that's right.
But do you expect realistically to see that from our defensive coordinator? I mean, really? I mean, come on. I mean,
Today,
it's Jonathan Gannon.
out of all the games this year, today's one of these games where you say, you know what? Forget my conservatism. Forget me being safe. Forget this zone. Go after this MFer and get the damn ball. Get the damn ball.
Say it
Today's
with your chest, Pat.
for
Come
the
on now. Say it
philosophy
with your
for
chest.
today, the team's philosophy on defense today should be get the damn ball by any means necessary. I mean, if you got to blitz 8 people and leave 4 in the coverage, do it. If you got to blitz 10 people and leave 1 in coverage, do it. Like today, we don't let whoever playing quarterback become a hero. We don't do that today. We do not do that today.
All right, we got people checking in from all over the place. So let me go back because I got one from Tennessee. We always have our resident John Patisse from South Carolina. What's up, John? Thanks for checking in.
South
Yeah, somebody.
Kakalaka. All my family.
Danny
My
Griffin.
cousin at. He
All right.
usually up in here.
Danny Griffin is from Knoxville, Tennessee. Thanks for checking in, Danny. Someone else, Ted Wiggins is from Memphis, Tennessee. Fly Eagles
Making
fly.
easy money.
That's
Okay,
what's up.
Memphis. Okay,
Memphis is in the
Memphis.
house. And Fred is back. Fred, where you been at? Fred said, we got to use Boston Scott, a.k.a. David the Giant Killer. What do you guys think about that? Look, let me mention this also. We have had the Giants card for most of Eli Manning's career, right? We used to kill him. But since Eli has retired, we're not faring too well these past few years against the Giants. So we need to turn that around. And it's not like they've been good either. They've not been good, but they've been beating us lately. So we need to change. We need to turn that around. It needs to start today.
Yes. We definitely need to start today. Today, use Boston Scott in the return game. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to talk about the confidence builder of Jaden Rager and how we got to give him the ball. No, it's not that. Today is not that game. Today's a game where you go out there, you got all black on for a reason. It's going to be a funeral on that field. So you go out there and you dominate from the opening kickoff.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter, Pat. Let's end that.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so you're listening to Eagles Talk, the unique Eagles coverage show where we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Pat has had such a wonderful Christmas that he is slow on the draw today. Pat, you missed it. Pat was in here like, I think I can have one.
I see the comments. I'm like, he all right over there?
Pat is struggling. Pat usually is the cheerleader for the shot. Pat usually cuts me off. Like if I'm talking too much in the beginning, like, Dante, it's time for shots. And Pat was like, nah, I think I can do one. I'm like, what? You had an excellent Christmas. Your Christmas
Yes,
was
you
off the
did.
hook. All right, so I'm gonna hold it up for Pat now. I got a
I'm gonna
little
hold it. I'm doing
charge.
spiked coffee, so I got a little
Spike.
bourbon,
You got the
some little
Ooh,
you got the
O'Reilly's
little.
white chocolate liquor.
Look at
Man,
that.
ooh, that
listen.
sounds
It
delicious.
is fantastic because my family and all my boricuas did not make me a bottle of my coquito this season.
Coquito. I had some coquito
I had
Christmas
some
Eve,
last
yo.
night, but there wasn't enough for me to take home, and I usually have coquito in my coffee all season.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have any
that's
of
some good stuff.
that.
All right, I got the Don Julio 1942, and
Nice.
because this is nice, and this is a big game to me because I need bragging rights in the neighborhood. I don't have bragging rights, and I need it today. So here we go, everybody. Let me know what you're drinking out there, and this is to our Philadelphia Eagles and a win today. Let's get this win down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, so featured people on offense. I think it's of course it got to be Miles and a heavy dose of Miles and Jordan Howard. It has to be a combination. We need a heavy dose of both of them, right? Because that's our running game. Let's get some Devontae in there. Let's feature him and Goddard. I mean that's it, right?
Yeah,
We can
Troy
do it with
April's
at
need
running
some more
game and those two.
catches. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely can get after them with our offensive style that we've been doing in the past couple games with the ground and pound with Jordan and Miles and Dallas Goddard being the target on offense, and the rest of the guys getting catches here and there. We could be dominant right now with this. If this is our game plan at the beginning of the season, we might have a whole different outlook of this team. We would be probably talking about division championship, but nevertheless, we're here right now. This is our identity. This is who we are. This is our mentality. Again, go out there and smack them in their mouth.
All
Seth
right.
Turner said it. He said if we were playing this type of football we played the last 7 games, we would be talking about the
Yeah.
division championship.
Oh,
Period.
we definitely
Period.
at the very least at the very least we
Very
have
least.
2 to 3 more wins, and that's 10 wins. So yeah, we will be we be vying for the division lead right now, title. So Jeremy has brought up a very interesting fact there, Pat. Who are the active and inactive?
All
We're
right.
already in the second quarter, and Pat hasn't told us.
He's slow today. Look at him.
Yeah. I'm
Hashtag
listen.
struggle.
I got my water here. I'm good. I'll be all right in a minute.
Hydrate. You be back
For
post
the
game.
New York Giants right now is their inactives is running back Gary Brightwell, wide receiver Colin Johnson, linebacker Santi Azimides, and guard Ben Benson. For the Philadelphia Eagles, third string quarterback Reed Sinnett, defensive tackle Marlon Tapupalete. Quarterback
Tapupa Late. That's a good one. Tapupa Late.
quarterback Tay Godwin.
And it's Tapupa Late. Tapupa Late. Tapupa Late is running out of it. All right. Go ahead.
Defensive back
NFL Mexico be lit with that one.
and Sean Bradley are the inactives for the Eagles. Sean Bradley caught COVID the other day, so he's out. So
All right. So it's a miracle that we don't have a lot of people in the COVID protocol, being that we had the infected
Praise
Washington
him.
football
Praise
team.
him.
Yeah,
Jesus.
won't he do it?
Praise him. Yes, he
Won't he
will.
do
Won't
it?
he
Oh
do
my
it?
goodness!
he said,
I expected people to be falling like flies.
I
Like whoa,
did. Saw how bad
that's
I
a
was
miracle. Yeah,
But you know
it was
what?
horrible.
We get Landon back, and
Nice.
I like that Landon. How Mulata say London.
Yeah, Landon, my shoulder pads, Landon. Next
So that
year, Landon
combination-
won't be a rookie. Landon gonna be like, man, get your own shoulder pads. I ain't doing that no more.
But that dynamic that they have over there, they are working hand in hand. And even when Sua Prayer came in to take the backup snaps, like he was rolling too. So that left side of the line with Jordan Mulata being an anchor on that side helps this team a lot, because that side is definitely giving up 700 yards. I mean 700 pounds of manpower over there.
That's an interesting point, man. That the camaraderie of this offensive line and this unit is really
Beast.
driving the identity, like I said earlier, the identity of this team. Before we became a smash mouth football, like I said, we were a soft team. That first month, we looked like a soft team. We played like a soft team. And once we discovered our strength, which was running the ball, and the offensive line got out there, start mauling people. I mean, they should have a couple charges on them because they're assaulting people out there.
Yeah,
They should have a couple charges on the offensive line. That's how nasty and mean they've been. But it's given our whole team an identity. So they're a big part of that, man. That brotherhood that they're showing on the offensive line is really carrying this team so far. Let me go to some comments. Chris out here says, "Word, birds, let's go, baby." Oregon is in the house. He's from Oregon, but he's from Philly, man. We're all over. That's good to hear. I like to see that. Christopher
West
Burton is
Coast.
coming at Pat. He says, "Patrick Sandlin, come on, Noble. You better not let that milk get the best of you. You better not." And this comes from a man who came on this show and was plastered. Like Christopher Burton. Christopher Burton's show was one for the books. It was a legendary show. All right, Scott McNeil's there. He said, "Let's get this W." Bill Kroll says that Snoop Dogg strain got the pack.
You get that in your stock. That's a nice kid.
All right. Dion says, "Yo, the Eagles on local TV in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Again, I'm good. Big game. No internet casting for this guy today. That's what's up."
Yes, let's go.
Sulema's in the house. The beautiful Sulema's in the house. Where you been, Sulema? You late? Why you was late? I would love to see Sanders get a touchdown today. Yeah, he runs the ball great in between the goal line, but he hasn't been over the goal line too much.
He's not good in the red zone that much. So
Well,
He's
it's
not.
not. It's not the. He's not the red zone back, but you got to be creative. with him
I don't
inside.
think so either.
You got
I'm just saying.
within the 5 yard line. You got to be creative with Miles Sanders. He's a finesse running back. It's the reason why we call it Thunder and Lightning. It's the reason why I kept saying that he could be the Thunder and Jordan Howard could be the Thunder and Miles Sanders could be the Lightning because those two together creates a mismatch for the defense. But inside that red zone, you need somebody that's going to pound it and put their helmet through a defender's chest. Miles
Howard
Sanders
and
is not going to
Scott.
do that.
Howard and Scott.
And
They're the
Boston,
ones.
yeah, Boston's a
They're
good
the
power runner too.
downfield backs that we have. They're the north-south backs. That's those two. So
All right, Robin
everybody has
says,
a role to play.
"I recall in this podcast, we all continuously demanded run the ball. Nick wasn't listening." No, I
whole
think what
city.
happened was he tuned into our podcast and heard us, and that's when they started running the ball. I really do. I believe that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, Yender, Rodney is in the house. Rodney, where you been at? First time I seen him in the chat room. So,
Merry
Carrie Vincent
Christmas.
Jr. is active.
No, he's inactive.
Oh, he's inactive.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's normally a game day scratch unless the defensive back get injured.
All right, this is a good one. Robin says, "Carrigan out. So what? Who cares?"
But
Tell us how you really feel.
You know what?
Robin.
The thing about that is that even though Kerrigan's out, right? Now you elevate somebody off the practice squad to the active roster because you could do that when somebody's in COVID protocol because he's going to be there for 10 days. Now you activate this guy, Cameron. I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name. Cameron, he's a defensive end. He's 6'5", 250, 260, or 269 now. He might come out there and dominate. He might be a very good diamond in the rough. And when that happens, you make decisions harder on the front office. Say, you know what? He's doing much more than this guy that we're paying a lot of money for. That's giving us.
That's a no-brainer. Carrigan will not. I repeat, I will guarantee, like Charles Barkley, I will guarantee we will not see Carrigan in an Eagles uniform next year. You don't have to worry about that money. But Fred is out there. He says the fact Sanders doesn't have a TD bodes well for us this offseason when it comes to contract negotiation because he's going to be up for contract negotiation. So,
I mean,
yeah,
if he has
you're
over
right.
1,000 yards this season,
Right,
which he's
I
getting
know. It
close
doesn't
to
matter. Like
he
that's
can have one
equal.
touchdown. It doesn't matter.
What are the stats on
You give me
Oh,
one
no.
while I pull it up because my intern just left. So you gotta give me.
All right, okay, I'll give you a minute while I go to some more comments.
Bring it
Will Sanders get his first touchdown today? I don't know. I don't really care as long as somebody gets that touchdown.
Yeah, I just want the W at this point. I'm not
Yeah.
even counting gets many touchdowns. The run game is what it is. We know we're going to stack up some yards from all of our running backs, and Rodney's right. Gainwell he knows that end zone. Like we said, some people are just those backs you want inside the 5 and the 10. Sanders, if he gets if he gets the right play calls within the 20 and the 30, then I can see him breaking a touchdown because he likes to break loose and get some long runs, but they always cut him short at like the 10-yard line. So he gets some of those plays at the 20 or the 30, he might be able to get into the end zone.
Yeah, because once they get in the end zone, he's not that guy. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. Like he'll break he may break a 20 or 30-yard, but when they get in the red zone, he doesn't get a lot of opportunities. That's when they go to those that can find the end zone.
He likes to be able to see the field clearly. Sanders, he likes to be able to see the entire field.
Updated on Miles Sanders' stats for the season. He played 11 games. He towed the ball 130 times for 709 yards.
Hey, that's respectable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He got 3 games to get 300. Ooh, that's big.
It's gonna be close.
Jalen Hurts on the other side played 13 games. He touched the ball the same amount of times, but he played 2 more games more. He has 733 yards.
Wow. All right, that's the end of the second quarter. Chris says he loves the show.
End of the quarter.
Keep rolling, baby. We appreciate that.
Love you, Chris. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes, thank you. Sulema says she had to get some wings for the game. That's why she was late. Oh, okay.
Let me tell you, I made homemade gumbo and jambalaya yesterday. My house smelled like a whole Cajun kitchen up in here. I had to light all the candles.
Why you have to say that right now? Wow.
The shrimp, the crab, and the gumbo. And I made it from scratch, so it took 4 hours.
Is it spicy?
Yes.
Ooh, I like it spicy. Where's our guy? What's our guy that used to put his pregame meal on what he was making that day? I forget his name, but he always had some good stuff.
Yeah, he's from like North Dakota or something like that.
Yeah, he's from North Dakota. I don't see him in the room today.
Hopefully next year we get out into a tailgate format at least once.
Oh my goodness.
I'll make some jambalaya or a pot of gumbo, either one.
Wife said do one more shot, so I gotta do one more shot.
Wife said thank you, Steph. Thank you.
That's cool because she the one that'll take care of you. It's all good.
Yeah.
Listen to whatever she says.
Steph like Mama Bear. She was like, get your ass out there. Don't let them. Don't you come. If you don't hit them back, I'm gonna hit you.
Don't come back here.
Don't come back here until you
get them together, Steph.
Get them together, Steph. All right, so you're watching, listening to Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to get ready to root our team on, and we like to do so by pre-gaming in the form of doing shots. Ooh, she got the Jim B. So everybody join us. Let's get ready. We got to get hyped. It's about to go down at 1 o'clock. Our Philadelphia Eagles take on the dreaded New York Giants. I hate the Giants. I hate them. I hate the Giants. I hate when they beat us. Ooh, I hate them. So we need to get this win, and you guys need to get hyped. Whatever you use, you don't have to use alcohol, of course, but whatever you use, let's pregame right here on Eagles Talk with us. I'm doing the Don Julio 1942. Pat has been forced to do the Terramana, and Michelle is doing her coffee. But it's a bourbon coffee and all that.
Bourbon and white chocolate.
Bourbon and white chocolate sounds delicious.
Chris brought up, he said he had bread pudding. I love bread pudding. My family is from the South. You know, bread pudding is a poor man's food because all they may have had was bread, milk, and eggs. And they
made it work.
And they made it work.
Michelle, sounds delicious. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Everybody down the hatch to our Philadelphia Eagles and hopefully a win today. 3, 2, 1.
Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans.
No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us.
Yeah.
You're now
Let's
listening
get
to the third quarter.
hyped. Our Philadelphia Eagles play today. Look, just the fact that I'm here getting hyped after. I mean, how different is this season changed from the first 4 weeks of the season when we were 1-3 and in the midst of a 3-game losing streak and we were just killing it. It was not a good time. Weeks were bad. After Sunday, you had to go through 7 days, and here we are, and our team is winning again. It's just a grand time here. It's a good feeling, and it's a better feeling when you know your team has a chance to win the game going into it. Because back during that 3-game losing streak, we didn't feel very confident going into some of the games. Like, oh shit, man, here we go again. This team is not very good. The defense, but now there's an optimism now and a confidence that I feel it. I feel it. I hope you guys feel it. But when we go into these games now, I'm expecting to see a competitive team and a team that very well should pull out the game. Not could, but should pull out the game now. How do you guys feel about that?
Michelle?
Absolutely. Look, I almost took up a collection plate for our group therapy just for this group, our podcast, and our fans because it was stressful. It was stressful having to deal with, a new coach, a new team, trying to find their way. But, they showed and they showed out these past several games. They're showing that they have what it takes to be competitive in this league. And that's really all we can ask for. So now it's time for us to get on the train, get on the bus, get behind them and keep them up. And keep them accountable and make sure we're there to cheer them on. We're definitely going to get this W today, though. That's what
Yeah,
we need to do.
we definitely got to get this W. We definitely got to go out there, like I said, in the first quarter, smack them in the mouth.
Mhm.
This has been a roller coaster of a season. Let's be honest. It's been like we had all type of emotions with this team this year. We had good emotions, the bad emotions. Our mental fortitude forced the team was like, you know what, we had to stick there. We somehow, some way, we had to stick by our team. As an Eagles fan, we're gonna always stick by our team. Watching this rookie head coach and defensive coordinator be, ridiculed week in and week out. It started from the time he got hired. His first press conference, he's like, "What the heck did we get ourselves into?" Then the next thing you know, we beat the Falcons. He was like, "Yo, all right, I don't care about his press conference. They look kind of good out there." Then they started losing. They got destroyed by only running the ball 3 times against Dallas, and then it was like something went off. Something went off. We've been the last 7 8 games. We rushed for over 175 yards. This team has been developed into a physical football team, and by no means this is something that we're not used to. We're used to our team being very physical, but we wasn't used to this coach being a physical coach, and you can see it with this team. Actually, I believe this team is changing the actual mindset of the NFL by saying, you know what, you don't have to necessarily pass the ball 40 times a game to win a game. If you go back to the traditional style football, which is running the football, that opens everything up. Back to what we were saying early in the season was control the line of scrimmage and you can win the game.
All right, I'm gonna chronicle just my roller coaster ride on this season. All right, so Pat said it right after the first game. I'm like, no, after the first press conference, I was like, ooh, I don't know about this guy, ooh, but I'm going to reserve judgment because I'm only going to judge him on wins and losses, X's and O's. He's not here to be a public speaker. Then the Atlanta game comes. I had my questions about his preseason or training camp philosophy of not playing people and things like that. But then we win the first game. I'm like, oh, okay, forget that. I told you the boys okay. We just going to judge them on wins and losses. This looks great. That's great. Then 3 losses. Then I'm like, oh, then I'm hearing his press conference again. And I remember saying, I don't know about this guy. He is the idiot that I thought he was in the press conference.
He was
His
great.
play calling, he was brutal. I was like, he's an idiot. I think he shouldn't be back next year. And then he turned it around with the running game. And now I'm back in on Nick Sirianni. Now his press conferences sound like they make sense now. When you're winning, everything sounds better, right? Like he may be saying the same crazy stuff, but when you got wins under your belt, it sounds better. It sounds better.
The flowers are blooming now.
Yeah,
the flowers are
not to
blooming.
mention that, he was talking about the plants
blooming.
and everything, and I'm like, all right, well now I'm like, okay, he's right. We got to fertilize. I'll start planting plants after after this winning streak or this winning stretch of football that he's playing now. So I'm back in with him. We talked about it on Thursday. I'm all in on Jalen Hurts. You guys, the naysayers about Jalen Hurts, you can have that and keep that energy to yourself. Don't bring it to the chat room. Don't bring it to the damn. Don't bring it anywhere. If you call yourself a fan, man, I don't care if you don't believe in the guy or not. He's our quarterback right now. So I root for the team. You know what I'm saying? And I like this guy personally, but I root for the team. So he's my quarterback. He's whom I'm rooting for, especially since we're winning. Why would you not root for this guy and we're winning? This is not the time to be nitpicking on what he's not doing when you got a W.
They don't even care about the stats anymore. They are really dead set on picking Hurts apart more than I've seen. I wouldn't push back on it if I've seen. We didn't even pick Carson Wentz apart this bad. The only thing we picked apart from him was his attitude. We never doubted his skill.
Right.
We only doubted his mental and his mental fortitude to deal with a city like Philadelphia. But, now we got somebody that actually is tough mentally, that's young, that can get better in the off season through work and get his fundamentals down. And they won't let up. They won't let up. Like they are like the Hurts haters are seriously dug in. They are not going anywhere. So just be prepared. They're nothing. He could walk on water and they wouldn't care.
You know what it is? It's your team. This is our
Hurts haters. This to the Hurts
haters. And he starts my fantasy, and that's why I'm in the playoffs.
Oh,
good luck, Dante. See you in the finals.
Yeah, I see you in the championship. I had to make some moves before. That's why we was a little late. I had to make some moves. I looked at my roster like, oh, Pat, we can't go on. I don't have a tight end. I got to go get a tight end.
Semifinals, but y'all keep talking trash.
All right, let's go to some comments out there. Suleiman sums it up really good. Oh, my God. Those first few weeks were bad. It was hard to come together, she says, and talk about all the mistakes. Now we see our guys coming together, running the ball, and getting some wins. You can't help but get excited. I'm with you, Suleiman. Chris Burton says, oh, Patrick Sandlin, I remember the bet. Oh, yeah, I wanted to bring. This is a breaking news, Joe. Oh, Pat, I remember the bet. I'm getting my coins ready for the bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label. Wow, what was the bet? Remind us of the bet. If you're getting a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue ready to pay off this bet, I need to know the bet. Johnny Walker Blue is really, really good. That's a very expensive scotch. I love scotch, but that's blue is woo. Yeah. All right, remind us of the bet, Christopher, as I go to some more comments.
I got to hear it somewhere in my phone. I gotta search it down, but
I agree, Fred. That's all we need.
We just need one more playmaker,
2 more on defense,
and a couple on defense, and we are a dangerous team. You're absolutely right. I'll take another wide receiving. I think we're setting the running. If we can bring these 2 running backs back, Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard, and Boston Scott too, if we can bring them back, I think we're okay in the backfield. I think we need one more playmaker on the receiving end at the wide receiver position. I love Goddard, and I like Jackson, the converted quarterback. I think with another off season and training camp under his belt, he could be a contributor too. So I'm okay on the offense. One more playmaker, you're right, but I think we need a couple more on defense, and I'm all in for using those first 3 round picks on defense solely. If you want to trade one of them out for offense or defense, offense alignment, I'll do that too. But if they went all in on defense in that first round, and teams have done this, man, in the past few drafts, teams have gone all out on one side of the ball, and we need that type of. We don't need Howie. Don't be too Don't get cute with this. We
Mm-hmm.
need to build that defense, and it's okay. Dallas did it. They did it like a year or two ago with all heavy defense. And look at their defense now. It pays off. So
The
we
defense
need
still
to
sucks.
up
Let's
that
be
this
honest.
defense. We need to invest in this defense.
Yes, we do.
And I'm saying Howie, but I'm really hoping Howie does not even show up to the draft. Really, I just hope Howie don't show up to the draft. Let your people that you put in positions to evaluate talent, let them run the damn draft. Listen to them. You put them in. You hired these guys to do a job. They're good at their job, and then you don't listen to them. Listen to them. Don't make draft picks. Let them make the draft picks, and let's go heavy on the defensive side of the ball. Robin
see
says,
Howie.
I'm sorry.
I see Howie picking the later end of the draft. He does well with later picks, so let him pick. The 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round draft picks. But the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, hell to the no.
Yeah, right.
To the no.
Take a vacation day. Take your family to
vacation.
Disney World and enjoy that on the first day of the draft.
That's
Just
right,
do
Jeremiah.
that on the first
Yeah,
day of the draft, and then come
you know
on
what?
back, refreshed on the last day of draft, and then we'll give you. You can pick your
But
Jordan
can we
Maladas
address
and all
the
that.
elephant in the room? Rodney mentioned we kicked in Jalen Rager's back. We did. Why?
Yeah,
Because
he
we don't
needs
want
it.
him on special teams.
He
We
needs
didn't
No.
say we wanted him off the team. He's still a very productive receiver. Our special
Wait a
teams
minute.
have had
Whoa!
well, he
Pause.
can be. He can
Sorry.
be. I'm just saying. I never said I wanted him off the team. I didn't want him on special teams.
Well, the thing
Our
about it
special
is,
teams
yeah.
haven't
Go ahead.
done anything all season. That's the one area outside of being able to kick our extra points and our field goals. But our return game has been a blank to a negative all season. And we can't criticize this entire team, and we hardly spend any time on the lack of special teams production. That's one area that these coaches have to get better in. I don't know who the special teams coordinator is, but right now their job should definitely be on the line, because special teams, they don't understand their personnel. They're not setting up right. They can't get any yards on the return game, and it's a problem. And if we really want to be a championship game, we need a halfway decent return game that's above average, and we don't have that right now.
I agree with you, and I think that was the biggest reason for the boos on Sunday.
Yeah.
I commend Miles for sticking up for his teammate, but those boos, first of all, and I said this Thursday, we have the right to boo. Don't tell us when to boo. We're going to boo if you don't perform. We're going to boo. I don't think there's I don't think we're unfair in booing. People don't want to boo. We don't want to boo our
You
team.
were booing the coaches.
Who wants
You were
to
like,
go?
why you put him
Yeah,
back
we
there?
why is he
told
out
you.
there? We booed him when he showed up on the return. Notice he had played previous to that boo. He had played, he was on the offense. You didn't hear us booing him when he was on the
Exactly.
offensive side of the ball. When we saw him in special teams, our booing, like Nichelle said, was probably more for the coaches than it was for him. We were booing like, why are you still trotting this guy out here? And he is not effective at all season. Our special teams, our return game is below average.
Trash.
It's garbage. It is.
Trash.
I agree. It's
to the-
garbage.
Who's your
It's to the
special teams
point-
coordinator, Pat? Can
I
you-
have no clue.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That name needs to be circulating more. That's who needs to be held accountable for the special teams play right now.
The crazy thing is that Jaden Rager has a punt return average of 6.5 yards. 6.5 yards every time I touch the ball. That's kind of unheard of for a punt returner. Like, that's actually that's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
if your average is below 10, why am I trotting you out there? You should stop. Use your analytics. Use your eyes. It doesn't create that explosiveness on punt return. You can give them the ball different ways. Just don't put them on punt return. You got Boston Scott, who is very reliable. You got Greg Ward, who we know can catch the freaking punt, but at least he can get you some more than 6.5. You have Gainwell. Use Gainwell. We use him in kick return. He's now our kick returner, which is very good because he's been productive since he's gotten to that role.
Coach him up. Coach him up on punt return.
If he's not going to give you more than 10-yard average on punt return, we don't need him back there.
Tell it.
All right. Just to interrupt that for a second. Christopher Burton has updated us on what the bet involved, and he said he believes he said that if we make a playoff game, I will drink shots.
Shots
He must be
JW.
drinking shots of that shit now because I can't even understand what the hell he's saying. What the
He
hell?
said
All right, all
if they make a playoff game, he's doing shots of the
JW Blue. All right. People out there, please drink responsibly. Do not, please
drink
don't
responsibly.
drive,
Wait a
drink
minute,
and
wait a
drive. But
minute, wait a minute.
also,
21 and
don't
over,
type
can
and
we-
drive. Don't
This
type and
reminds
drink
me-
either.
We might
Yeah.
need to put the disclaimer up there.
It's all
Yeah,
good. This
we
reminds
know.
me of you remember Waterboy?
Yeah,
Lawrence
yeah.
Taylor brought Bobby Boucher to the camp. He said, "This means you my second thing.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs."
Can somebody
All right,
look up
BJ
the
says.
special teams coach and put it in the comments because he means right.
Yeah,
I
I got
think
it
we
right
don't
here.
even know. We
The
just
special
like
teams
who?
coach is,
We need to start calling him out.
where
All
is
right,
it?
BJ says if we trade one of those first round picks, which we have anyway, Carson Wentz and the Colts won you last night, but he's well in the range of us getting that first round. We're going to get that first round pick. He's played,
We
with the
got it
remaining
like
games
a week
left.
ago, right?
He can miss all 3 of these games, and we will still be guaranteed that he played 75% of the snaps. So we will get, excuse me, we will be getting that first round pick. So shots out to Carson Wentz. All right, but he says if we trade one of those picks for a player, he can't be a Band-Aid player. Hell no. If you
No.
trade one of those first round picks,
Anthony over here wanting to get rid of all the coaches. Like, come on, we
Nah,
can't
we can't
blow
do
up
that.
the whole situation right now. That's not
The
even
whole
smart
coaching
business
staff?
in the league. Come on, you don't
The,
need to
um,
blow up all of this after this first
Eh,
year of building.
The
I'm
special teams
assuming that
coordinator-
Anthony is very, very critical of because we said it earlier, right? So if this team had come out with that philosophy of running the ball first, we would be division contenders right now. And maybe
Correct.
Anthony is leaning heavy on that. Like that was a big screw up that they didn't do that from the door.
Well, that's what
But
you get
in there,
with
the
rookie
defense,
coaches.
it was a rookie coach, so he made his adjustments, and we
What
got
did you
the
expect?
train back on track.
This is exactly
Yeah.
what a rookie coach would have done. Tanked
Right.
half the season because they were learning learning curve. And was he even a coordinator? He was a coordinator, right?
He was the offensive
Right.
coordinator before,
Okay,
so
right. But
but
still,
he was the offensive coordinator under Frank Wright. So Frank Wright was really calling the plays, but he was learning under Frank. He was here with Doug Peterson. He was a guru for a quarterback, and you can see what they're doing in Indianapolis. They're not throwing the ball; they're actually running the ball to win and set everything up. And we're following the same philosophy. Our philosophy should have been beginning of the year, depending on your offensive line and your running game. That opens everything else up,
and it lets you develop.
It's doing it right now. We're down there averaging almost 200 yards per game. 200 yards per game as a running team. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, we're going to end this
Don't
quarter.
lie, people do, Pat.
We're going to end this quarter on Hemi Hands. Hemi, you had a birthday not too long ago, right? I can't remember.
Happy belated.
Happy belated birthday to Hemi Hands. He's up in the place. He says that's sad how we all don't know who our special teams coach is.
It's
because
Michael Clay. It's
Michael Clay.
Really?
Michael. Well, it's good that we know it now because we'll know when that name is announced as he's been fired. We'll know who it is now. So because he probably shouldn't be back next year. All right, so let's end this quarter, Pat.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, just 4 minutes till kickoff. So we're going to have a very short fourth quarter. Probably only have time enough to just predict the game. So you're watching and listening to Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show on the internet, where we like to talk about our favorite football team and we drink while we do it and we talk about it. And, it's just like in the barbershop, in the beauty salon, next to the water cooler. Are there any water coolers? Water coolers still in the place of business? No, they can't be because everybody's home. Nobody's at the place of business anymore. Everybody's working from home. So, okay, we don't talk about it around the water cooler anymore.
Oh, we
like
got
to talk about
we got a game day chat.
Yeah. I'm talking about the context of the show. So we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite beverage in the form of shots. I am doing the Don Julio 1942. When's the last time I've done 4 shots for the whole game? And it's happening today. I'm picking up the slack from Pat. I forgot. I put the comment up there earlier, but it was a very funny comment by your wife. She was like, "Yes, get back in there and make me proud." She said that. She told you, "Get back in there and make me proud."
He's the GM.
Pat
She's
wanted to
the
tap
general
out,
manager.
and his wife was like, "Get back in there."
I'm tapped
All
out
right,
now.
so I am
He's
doing
out
the.
that now. He ain't even gonna see the game. Back
I
up to
am.
sleep.
I'll be up for the game. I'll be
Oh
up.
no, you know Pat'll be up, and
Yeah,
he'll
I'll
be
be up.
back here, and don't let us lose. Damn it, don't. It's not a good time. Oh, Michelle, wait till
Don't put
when
that in
things
the
get back to
universe.
normal. We remember we used to do this. We used to do the show in the studio, and we go off the pregame, and then we're in the studio watching the show. Man, Pat is so emotional, and
curse the
you
show a
got to
lot.
think about it because he got 4 shots in him, and then we watched the game together, and I'm like, damn, if we wasn't on this show, I probably wouldn't want to watch the game with Pat. Pat is going like Pat be going off. Why are you doing? You're so. I'm like, wow.
You be
But
blowing,
anyway,
blowing the whole buzz. Like,
yes,
damn,
he be
Pat.
blowing it, and Shelby over there asleep.
Sleep.
'Cause-
Like I had to work last night. So what?
I could see y'all were opposites as little kids.
All right, so here we go, man. Let's do our shots to our Philadelphia Eagles. The game is about to start in about 2 or 3 minutes. Down the hatch for our Philadelphia Eagles. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, fourth quarter, final quarter. We only have time enough for us to go around the horn and make our predictions. So we'll start off, ladies first. Michelle, what do you predict today?
30-14, Eagles W.
Woo, I like that. 30-14, Eagles W. Let me know what your predictions are out there. I'll put a couple of them on the board before we get out of here. Let me know what your predictions are. Pat, what's your prediction?
As long as we control the line of scrimmage, we should come out here with a W. That's all I can predict.
All right, okay, that's all he got. Don't let me call Coach on you. Coach, that was weak, Coach. Can we get it to Coach? Tell him, no, I'm only kidding. All right, so Drexel Davis says, Eagles win 28-10. Enjoy the games, go Birds. William Steele says 24-14. He's
27.
predicting, I hope he's predicting us. 27-14. Christopher Burton says 41-21. Ooh,
Damn,
I would
he's
love
like,
that.
Right?
Wow.
Talk about meat drinking. If we do that, Chris, we put that many points up.
Bill everybody giving the Birds some.
All right,
some
Bill Kroll says 35-16 the Eagles. This is a funny comment. Tony Burton from Down Under says, positive Pat is now pick up your game, Pat.
Hey, Tony, I'm hurting,
Pat.
Tony.
Yeah. All right, who's this? I don't know how to pronounce this one.
Okay, Denny's.
Denny's
Toledo.
Toledo, 33-24.
It's Denise.
Oh,
hey,
Denise Toledo. Thanks for joining us. 33-24. I like that one. I like anyone that with us on top. Eric Jones, I'm sorry. 28-14. John Petit says another ugly game, but we get this one 24-13. And Sulema says Eagles 24-17. I say that the Eagles do reestablish the running game. I think that Nick Sirianni understands the urgency of this game. That's why he is back from the COVID protocol. He's going to go out there and he's going to coach this game as if it is a playoff game, because every game we have left in this season is essentially a playoff game because we're playing for our playoff life. So they have to come with that intensity every game. And we're going to find out a lot about this team. We're going to find out a lot about this coach today. So I'm predicting us with more points than them. All right, go God. Enjoy this game. Come back. We'll be here for post game, and we'll be celebrating the Eagles win. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight, for Pat and Michelle. We'll see you guys after the game. We're out. Peace.